Hi, I'm Rebecca, the Chief Learning Officer of Flip Computing, and welcome to Stage 7 Coding 3D Worlds Part 1. Firstly, thank you so much for downloading Stage 7 Coding 3D Worlds Part 1. Wherever you are on your journey with FlockXR, we want this unit to be a great experience for you and for your learners. This unit has been developed and successfully implemented in 4 classes across 3 schools in and around Dudley, West Midlands. The lessons are designed using a flexible and inclusive approach, ensuring accessibility and engagement for all learners. Regular feedback has been collected from both teachers and learners, ensuring ongoing refinement to meet the evolving needs of the classroom. A little bit about FlockXR. So, FlockXR is a free 3D creation tool designed to teach young people aged around 9 to 14 plus how to create 3D immersive experiences. At the time of publishing, the version of FlockXR was known as Early Access. Early access means that the FlockXR editor is in development. It is operational and has been tested with this unit of work in school settings. However, if you deviate from the activities in the unit of work, then you may experience features that aren't fully operational yet. If you find any bugs with the activities in this unit of work, then please do get in touch with us on our contact form on our website. We also encourage that you come along to our monthly meetups where you can ask us questions live, and also if you're 18 plus to join our Discord community where you can chat with us and other FlockXR educators. A little bit about installation. So FlockXR is a progressive web application. This means that you can use it directly in the browser or download it as a web application. The downloaded web application will work without an internet connection. You can find FlockXR by visiting flockxr.com and clicking Create with FlockXR at the top of the page. And then to download FlockXR as a web application, you need to follow the instructions for your web browser. You'll need to request that your school IT administrators list the URL for the FlockXR application to ensure that it works for the young people in your setting. So how do you teach this unit of work? Well, this unit of work has everything you need to have an awesome 6 lessons with your learners. And trust me, I have taught this to 4 different classes and I've had such an amazing time doing it. You are going to be amazed by their creativity and you will enjoy seeing their faces when their bit of code works and their 3D world comes to life. So in this unit of work, you will find a unit overview, which is a really good quick guide on what is covered across those 6 lessons. You'll see a skills map, which really gives you some idea of the skills and knowledge that are going to be covered. The lesson plans are really useful for giving you that detail that you might need as a teacher to teach the lesson. You've got slide decks and you've got finished code examples, so you can just open those up in FlockXR and see what the learners are meant to be making in the lesson. You've got direct to learner videos. These are super useful for your own CPD, or you might want to use them on the whiteboard in the lesson until you get more comfortable with FlockXR, or you might want to give those videos directly to the learners. You've also got vocabulary sheets to go over that important vocabulary that's in each lesson. There's coding checklists, which are super useful if you want them to have something to tick off as they go along while they're doing the work that was in the demonstration or in the video. You've then got worksheets as required. The other important thing in there is the license agreement, and we do want you to really read this through carefully. Essentially, you can use these resources on your classroom management system, but you must not publish them or sell them to somebody else. My super quick checklist before you teach this unit. So first of all, the very first thing you want to do is contact your IT administrator at school, your technicians, and just make sure that the FlockXR app is allow listed on your network so that the learners can actually access the website address. That is really, really important. The next thing I suggest you do is to watch those direct to learner videos. Follow them through as a learner would and really get yourself familiar with what this unit is all about and how everything works. Then you're going to need to upload any worksheets and videos and slides to your classroom management system. So if you've got Google Classroom, for example, you can upload those materials there. And remember, you're not permitted to upload resources to any public space. Do read that license agreement to just check there. Also check the troubleshooting part. So I'm going to go through troubleshooting next. So make sure you listen to some of those common things that you can troubleshoot in FlockXR. And then finally, remember, you are an awesome teacher and you make a huge difference to the learners in your classroom. Teachers code the world, and by starting this in your classroom, you are being innovative, you are trying something new, and I know that your young people are going to really, really enjoy this. So remember, it's a hard job. You are awesome. So some important troubleshooting bits for you in it, and it's a good idea to just listen to this so that if you experience them in the classroom, you know what to do. So please be aware that at the time of publishing, FlockXR was an early access version. This means that occasionally you may experience bugs that are being worked on behind the scenes to fix. The unit of work activities have all been tested in a typical school environment with 120 students. The activities should work smoothly. However, you can refer to what I'm about to say now to give you some guidance for if something unexpected might happen. So the first thing is you might be absolutely certain that the blocks are correct, but it's still not working. So just do that double check with the checklists just to make sure the code is exactly as it should be. And if you've done all of that, but you're convinced there is definitely a bug that's happened in FlockXR, then please do contact us on our website through our contact form and let us know what the issue is so that we can solve it. So if you can describe that in as much detail as possible, then that is really, really helpful for us. The next thing that is actually a fairly common thing that might happen, it's not really a bug, it's just a bit unexpected that it might happen. So when you use an event block, sometimes they can turn into a stack block and you'll be like, why on earth has this happened? Has something broken? But actually there's a little white arrow there in the bottom of that block, so you just double click it and then it turns back into a hat block. So that's a quite common thing that happens, and you can just change it. You don't see that in any of the lesson videos, and we never show the young people how to do it, but sometimes they just press it by accident, and that is how you fix it. So just double click the block and it will go back to being a hat block. The other thing that's common if you've got quite a slow network, and this is something we really are working on right now, so it might not be a problem for you at all when you are using this in the classroom, but occasionally those final three characters, the cat, the girl and the monkey, sometimes they just don't load, and we know that there is a timing issue there with FlockXR due to a slow connection or something like that that's going on behind the scenes. We are trying to fix this. If that does happen to one of your learners, then just get them to switch to the earlier models in the list, the more simple models, and then that should fix the problem. And we are working on this, so hopefully that won't be a problem for much longer. The other thing to be aware of is at the time of writing, some of the models don't have all of the animations added to them. So a missing animation will present as a T-pose character. So if this happens, then just choose a different character if you want to keep that animation, or choose a different animation for your character. So hopefully by the time you start using this with a wider audience, all of those things will be refined. But if not, that's how you solve it very, very quickly while we get those bugs sorted out. So please bear with us. We really appreciate that you've downloaded this unit and that you're giving it a go in your classroom. And hopefully by the next academic year, so September 2025, we should have all of those bugs ironed out. But please do get in touch if you find a bug. So hopefully now you've got everything you need to know to get started with teaching your very first Flock XR unit of work, and we look forward to hearing how it's gone, so please get in touch if you have used it. You can follow us on LinkedIn, you can follow Flip Computing there, or you can join our monthly meetups and chat to us, or if you're 18 plus you can join our Discord channel and get involved.